We are joined here with my father and Zach's
Also
father.
mine.
Yeah,
I hope.
Jay Knight.
I don't think I actually look like him that much, but he says he's my dad, so I just sit here and agree with him.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, now that we have you here live in front of our thousands of listeners, who do you like more?
That was a question I had. Who's your favorite son?
Yeah.
Oh, the other one.
Yeah.
The one that looks like me.
I was
Yeah.
That's what I was here to breaking news for a family.
Yeah. I wish we had a number 5.
It would be pretty cool to
Yeah.
find that.
But I wish he was mixed. Like dad had an Asian son somewhere in his time in Vietnam. Oh yeah.
It would look really good right now.
Yeah.
Dad, how was your time in Vietnam?
It was short. Yeah.
Oh, Vietnam. I hear it's beautiful this time of year.
Your Uncle Scott was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
What year was that?
He went in 67. He got out in 71, 72.
Never really get out.
All right.
Movie night. Movie night. Movie night, ain't no doubt. We about to watch one movie night. Turn it on, gotta get it started. Let's watch a movie tonight. 'Cause movie nights are always the best of times. Got to keep on watching, keep on watching. Got to keep on watching, keep on watching.
Got to keep on watching, and that we do, folks.
That we do.
That y'all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And honestly, like sometimes it's just like I had the week off this week, and it's still almost a burden. Like it was an hour before this podcast.
When you
that
texted
like,
me, I was like, "Are you kidding
oh
me?"
my gosh,
In
yeah, you were
fact-
bitchy about it.
How we watch this, when each of us watch this movie, kind of explains everyone's personality pretty good. Dad watched this movie
Like
2
a
weeks
week ago.
I started it last night, and you watched it about
You
an hour.
started it last night.
I
So.
fell asleep. I would have finished it last night.
Yeah, but couldn't finish.
We watched number 96 on IMDb's Top 100.
North by Northwest.
Yeah.
Looked like you were like looking for the name.
I can't believe Kanye West's daughter made this movie.
Yeah.
The movie
North.
by
Yeah.
Northwest. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah. This movie was made in 1959.
Dad, what was going on in 1959?
Well, your grandfather was 18 years old, about to be 19.
How old were you?
I was just a glimmer in his eye at that point.
Yeah. Tell you what, another question I have for you, Dad. When did you start seeing the world in color? Because at some point, because before at some point you guys were just seeing things in black and white. I don't know how you did
Black
it.
and white. It was all black and white until I think Gilligan's Island went color in the mid '60s, and that's when the whole world changed.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like.
Oh boy.
These people are in color and they just don't look right.
Yeah, it's weird to even think that people could have been racist back then when everybody was in black and white.
Well, there was black and there was white.
That part was known.
Those two colors were definite.
Yeah.
How did they do color back then? Like in this movie, is this painted on the film or something?
You're insane.
Yeah. Didn't
No,
they do
no,
color like
they,
that at one point?
Wasn't the first color movie Wizard of Oz? Or
Oh, was it?
I mean, they've been making color movies for a long time.
How did they make that one? Was it just regular color film?
It was just regular, yeah.
The
But
colors
they're
look
making so
different.
many colored movies. Why is Little Mermaid black now? That was a terrible joke. I'm sorry.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Sorry. I thought this was the best one we've seen so far in the top 100.
Oh, please.
What movie was better than this?
I liked the last one we saw, the
You said
rom-com.
The
Didn't y'all
apartment.
do
was better.
Singing in the Rain?
The
I thought
apart
this was
Singing
better
in the
than
Rain
Singing in
and
the
the
Rain.
apartment were both better than this, I would say.
You want to rate it?
Sure.
All right. Let me see what I rated it. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
7.8.
What'd you say?
7.8.
Tie.
What'd you
say?
6.8.
Wow, Dad didn't like
Yeah,
movies.
well, I thought you said it was good when you watched it.
You know what?
Yeah, you said that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You actually made me see it through a new lens. I was like, my dad said this movie's pretty good.
Well, the thing is, I think what happens is we're supposed to think that if Alfred Hitchcock made it and Cary Grant was in it, then it had to be pretty good, right?
Which one's Cary Grant?
Cary Grant was the lead.
The young girl?
Cary Grant was the guy. The lead.
Oh.
Oh, that definitely sounds like a lady's
And he
name.
was he was a leading man, popular leading man all through that time.
You know what's funny? Because Hudson said, "Oh, Cary Grant," and I'm like, "That
What girl
lady,
is that?"
the secretary that he had, is named Cary Grant, but it was the fella.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
and
hit.
then,
He could have made a good James Bond.
yeah, oh, absolutely.
He
And
looked
then-
like James Bond.
Then
Yeah.
they tried to weave in comedy with suspense kind of thing.
I thought some of the jokes were good.
What was the funny joke? I don't remember even
I
laughing.
put some quotes on it. His mom said something at the
Oh, no.
beginning.
Now
Some of
I
the
got a
drunk
great
thing was
quote.
funny.
Because he's at the bus station, the bus terminal, and the guy goes, "There's something wrong with your eyes," and he says, "Yeah, they're allergic to being asked too many questions." Something like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't
And
remember.
then,
I quoted that one.
So he gets. I thought the drunk part was funny.
Oh, it was incredibly
Yeah, so
impressive
it was-
too.
So it was, it's that kind of goofy stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff that just didn't make sense to me. And you may get to it.
When he goes back to that house that they got him drunk at, and he's showing him where things were, and he's like, "And here's the liquor cabinet," and then his mom goes, "I remember when it came in bottles."
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, and then the judge said something to him when he was in court, and his mom kind of threw him under the bus from the audience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And she says, "Roger, just pay the $2."
Yeah.
What is $2 for like a
I guess
DUI?
DUI. I guess.
Dude, I would have. I mean, he had more things going on. Because
It's
like
not the
it's not like he
principle.
paid $2 and then he would have been in the clear because they would have known he was alive and
Yeah.
still thought he was.
He stole the car, and he did all that other stuff. I mean, $2.
Yeah, I mean, he had $3 extra to that. A stolen car goes
$2.
away.
Today that's like whatever, $20.
DUI
Not
will
even
cost you like
that.
10 grand.
Usual court date.
Yeah.
You go to jail.
Like, just pay him $2 and let's get out of here.
You stole the car? Okay, here, give us $2.
They're gonna kill him though. That's still a
Well,
fact.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm just talking about the fact that he gets $2 and he's out of there.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
How did the guy die with the knife when they were in the UN?
I imagine a throwing
A
knife.
throwing knife to
Yeah.
the back of the heart?
Yeah, so, and
Yeah.
the guy who threw that knife, what intrigues me about those old movies is those guys had all this service in the wars. They had World War I in the teens, World War II in the 40s. And the guy that threw that knife was a guy named Philip Ober. No, I'm sorry.
Adam Phillip Hope.
Adam Williams. And he was a hero in the Navy in World War II.
Do you get some
what he
badges?
did?
Huh?
Do you know what he did?
He was a pilot. He apparently had a plane that was banged up, but he went ahead and finished the mission and returned back to base, or maybe a ship, and crash landed. But all his crew, him and his crew, all
I feel like I've seen that scene.
Yeah.
What
Has
do
he
you
had a
mean?
movie made about him?
Oh, Pearl Harbor.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I doubt it was that one.
I
Yeah,
think-
it's kind of cool.
These guys are all pretty cool. I think I was reading about Cary Grant. I think it could have been someone else in it. They made a movie in the 40s. I think it had the Philadelphia in the title. I don't remember what it was called.
It's a Philadelphia store.
All the money he made, he gave to the British war effort.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty nuts.
Yeah.
What a good guy. How much money do you think he actually made?
$2.
Yeah, I mean, like $1,500 to make a movie. That seems like a good deal to me.
Just pay the $2.
There were 2 chairs that they had auctioned off for $450, and they looked like some really nice chairs to me.
Oh, you mean at the art gallery?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to read your plot summary?
Go for it.
Oh, okay, I'll read mine. Roger Thornhill is a bigwig in the big city. Other than being an advertising executive in New York, he lives a fairly normal life. That is, until a group of foreign spies mistake him for an FBI informant, George Kaplan. Thornhill must find a way to escape from the spies, prove he is not Kaplan, but the more he tries, the deeper he digs himself into the Kaplan hole. Throughout his escapades, Thornhill falls in love, in the shape of Miss Kendall. But Miss Kendall is not what she seems. Or is she? No, she's definitely not. But maybe.
Why'd you read it like that?
Sound like Miss Thornhill.
That's how he sounded?
I thought he sounded kind of like.
All right. North by Northwest is a movie about a man in advertisement that finds himself on the front page of every newspaper. A dream come true for a man in marketing, but not when he is being accused of crimes he didn't commit. He is mistaken for a man by the name of George Kaplan, and George has been up to no good. This leads our protagonist in a fight for his life, which begins when Van Damme's goons try to stage his death. Luckily, everyone in the 50s can drink bushels of liquor and still drive quite well. But now Mr. Thornhill is on the run, trying to clear his name, but not before falling in love with a woman half his age. Eventually, the dominoes fall, and Mr. Thornhill must take on the role of secret agent to protect his gal, which he does with the help of bad CGI and the CIA who got him into this mess.
Very good.
Yeah, yours actually made me think of a couple questions I have. Okay, so when they're riding the car, I've seen this kind of stuff a bunch of times in old movies where they got the cars behind them and it looks like a TV and they're just like this. Now that's bad. Now, were they actually on Mount Rushmore? Because I didn't think Mount Rushmore was so bad if it was fake.
The carvings into Mount Rushmore confused me because like the side of their face was all like pretty like organized with the cuts and the slashes. I didn't know if that's how they did it. But I would say no, they were not on Mount Rushmore.
Then that looks pretty good.
I think they were on like the stone, the landing that they were on with the stone, and then Mount Rushmore behind that landing. So they were just fighting on stone.
But I thought they were sometimes like sliding down Mount Rushmore.
Or like the nose shape, but it wasn't like the whole thing.
But do you think that was Mount Rushmore on the screen?
No.
I thought you just said it was behind them.
No.
What do you think?
No.
Was it behind them?
No.
Okay, so it was fake Mount Rushmore. Do you think it looked pretty good for back then?
Yeah.
Looked pretty good.
Maybe
Driving
because
scenes
it
are
was
always
just-
terrible.
Maybe because it's a stationary
I
one.
think the scale got weird sometimes.
If I have a green screen, do y'all think I could do something better than what was in this movie now?
Oh, yeah.
Here you go. Thank you, Father.
Sure.
I don't.
I don't
You
either.
never even used it. I think you could have, like, in months' time.
I put myself in like a movie scene.
That Photoshop you did of Sully,
Yeah.
Incredible.
that's more intricate than anything they could have possibly done 60 years ago.
Yeah, but do you think that...
How long did it take you?
Oh, man, I can do that like this. I'll do one of Dad tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already know the picture.
Oh, yeah?
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it'll be great. Another thing I had, you mentioned the age difference, and
His mom looks like younger than him.
thank you.
I was like,
yes,
what
I
the
was like,
hell's going on?
the ages are all messed up. So I have a game,
Okay.
and you guys are gonna guess the age of the character in the movie.
Like their actual.
So I didn't get their exact age because they could have had a birthday, but I took the year of the movie, 1959, and subtracted their birth year
The age the actor was.
in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. First up, we have Mr. Cary Grant, aka Roger Thornhill.
Wait, you did this game and you still were
I forgot.
confused about
I
that.
forgot. The name Carrie, every time you hear it, I'm going to assume that's a woman.
Yeah, true.
Okay, Cary Grant. What do you have?
53.
What
We're
do you
going
have?
to say 55.
Nailed it.
Really?
55. He was born in 1904.
Shame.
All right. Eva Marie Saint. That's Eve Kendall's name. That's the
Okay.
main girl. Her real name is Eva, and her name in the movie is Eve.
38.
Anyways, you guess 38?
Mm-hmm.
35.
Nailed it. You guys are
35?
getting it
Okay,
early.
son.
But why was she 35 and she's playing 26?
26-year-old, especially because he's at least
Oh,
45 in
yeah.
the movie.
1959. 35-year-old woman was kind of like over the
She
hill.
better be married.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay,
26, she kind of get away with being tart.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
already-
I'd hate to be over 26 and single at this moment.
Yeah.
Cary Grant was 55 and single.
Oh, I guarantee the average age before getting married now is like
32.
Yeah. So you got some time, Chief.
No,
Not a lot.
Not too much. Don't think that you got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
That girl, though, Eva Marie Saint, the main character, she may be not dead.
no, she's still alive.
Everyone else had a death date.
How'd she look?
Oh, she's 99.
Yeah, but like,
I didn't see her.
yeah.
She
Betty
must
White
have
looked pretty
had
good
an
up
acting
until like
career
80.
because normally I like to click on these old movies and it'll show colored photos of the people like old if they kept acting, but most of these people just have a black and white photo around the age that they
So
were.
it's like they stopped.
She did a lot of stuff. She did On the Waterfront will probably be one of your movies.
It's going to be a top 100 movie, you
I think
think?
probably.
Is there a Alfred Hitchcock movie that you assume will be on top 100 that was better than this one?
Yeah, I would think Psycho and Birds.
I would think Psycho. Now,
Birds? No way.
I don't
We
think
watched
Birds gonna
Birds,
make it.
right?
I've seen
There's
Birds.
another one. It's where these two guys were on a train, and they agree,
Strangers on a Train.
Strangers on a Train.
Yeah,
I think
Strangers-
that'll be on there.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
one
one might
called
be.
Rear Window.
So Hitchcock is dropping some bombs.
Oh yeah, and he makes cameo in every movie.
But I've seen
wait,
Psycho.
where was he
yeah,
here?
yeah.
Right in the beginning.
In the beginning, I had that as my first question. When they said start by Alfred Hitchcock, and there was a bus, he was right behind his name.
Oh.
He's bald. You've probably seen a picture of him like holding a duck.
That's over at Pascal's.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
bathroom.
What is that? He's
The
just a creep.
comedy guys that did vaudeville comedy stuff used to use this rubber duck or rubber chicken.
But does he do comedy or does he do scary?
He did
This one was I thought he was a scary movie guy because I've only ever seen Psycho and Birds.
Yeah.
Assumed that was his genre, but this was not like that.
Strangers on a Train was not funny. Psycho was not funny.
No,
Birds
is Strangers
was
on a Train
terrifying.
scary?
is suspenseful. Very suspenseful.
This had a little bit of suspense, but it wasn't like you weren't
This
scared.
seemed like he was trying to step out, and he did. I think he and Cary Grant did a number of movies together. So I think they were just having.
So
fun.
Hitchcock had his girl, just like all the other people. Like Matt Damon's been in like all the Christopher Nolan movies.
No, you're thinking of Cillian Murphy. Matt Damon's only
Matt Damon's been in a lot of.
Interstellar, and I think that's it.
Is Martian not a
Mm-mm.
Christopher Nolan? I think Matt Damon's been in a lot, but Cillian Murphy has been in like 6 of them.
Mhm.
So that's his main guy. I think Margot Robbie. I think Quentin Tarantino really likes Margot Robbie.
Has she been in more than one?
What is Wolf of Wall Street?
That's not him.
Get back to me on that.
Tarantino really likes guys though. Too.
Oh, he likes
Leo
Samuel Jackson.
and Leonardo
Yeah,
DiCaprio.
yeah.
And
that German guy.
what's that guy's name?
Oh, I love that actor.
Hans
Christel.
Christoph Waltz.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
great.
good.
All
He's
right,
really good.
back to my game. James Mason. He was Philip Van Damme. How old?
Probably less than our protagonist, so I'm gonna say 50.
53.
Nailed it.
50?
If we go 5 for 5 with someone getting the exact age,
I'm gonna think you're cheating.
I swear, I got it right here. Okay, we got Jessie Royce Landis. That is Clara Thornhill, the mom.
57.
He was 55.
I know. I'm gonna say she was older, but just didn't look it.
68.
Ah, 63.
63?
So she was 8 years older than him.
Yeah.
That was when I was like, whoa. When I first saw her, I assumed it was his wife.
Yeah.
And then he was like, take it easy, mom. And I'm like, huh?
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
He looks
right?
like he's 60, and I was like, bro, your mom should be like needing assistance into this courtroom right now.
All right, and then last one, we got Leo G. Carroll, the professor. I believe that's the guy, the
65.
FBI guy, right?
Yeah.
65.
No. Let's see. The only reason I say no is because he fought in World War One.
Oh, okay, well, I didn't know Dad did background on the guy.
Yeah, look at his notebook.
I know.
Yeah. So.
He watched it 3 weeks ago, and he's been investigating.
So I would say he was 68.
He was 73.
7.
He said, no, like you're going to have a wildly different answer. And then you
What
were
was-
3
What
you're
was
3 years
World War
away.
One? Like 1911 was the...
World War
Three-
One was a tragedy.
1917 was about World War One, so it was somewhere in 1917 in the teens.
Hitchcock is not a looker. I just
And
looked
that's
him up.
how I found
See the
out.
picture with the duck?
I see a picture of him like with a crow and a...
Birds.
That was it? That was what you were talking
No,
about?
I'm talking about him holding a duck.
Oh, it's
by the neck.
It's
this.
a chicken, I think.
Yeah.
That's not even rubber, dude. That looks pretty damn real to me.
Oh, that is a duck. I think.
It's just a real
Yeah,
duck.
he's just a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he
It's
wasn't a looker either.
I
Yeah.
really-
which makes you
I
really
had no
mad.
problem getting women.
Yeah.
Well, he was rich.
Yeah.
He probably had more than $2.
He had more than $2.
For sure. He
That
could have
was
gotten out of
crazy.
DUI easily. DUI probably 10 grand now, I would assume. Upwards, or not upwards, but like $5,000 to $10,000.
Yeah, and you're not leaving on your own with just a.
Oh, they held him overnight, which is I feel like the same
No,
thing
he
they
got
do
him sobered
now.
up. He stole a car.
Technically. That's what they say he did.
All right, so it starts off, and this guy, he just is some sort of exec for
Marketing,
It was like Mad
advertising.
Men.
Yeah.
The way he talked to his secretary and
I've
Yeah,
never
he
seen Mad Men.
I hear it's great.
Really?
That's
I think
what,
Addie was really deep into Mad Men for some reason, but I never wanted to dive into that movie.
Dad and Bully really like it too.
I
Yeah.
only got to watch a little bit of it because your mom didn't like it.
Well,
You didn't
Bully
finish
really
it?
likes it.
Yeah, same with Breaking Bad. Mom is holding you back from
No,
some
I've
really
watched
good
Breaking
TV.
Bad. Now we're watching Better Call Saul.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you think of Breaking Bad?
Oh, I loved it. I think it had the best ending.
The show is in like the 9s
Well,
for
when they
sure.
killed the kid, I was kind of
Oh, that was
guilty
tough
of
to
watching
watch.
it.
What kid?
by
There
the
was a
railroad
kid.
track.
Yeah. So they do this big, huge heist.
buried-
Oh, is that the red-haired kid?
They buried a
creepy
water tank. or
older
something.
guy kills him from the one from the Star Trek episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
He
about.
kills the kid. They do this big heist on a train where they steal this liquid that they need,
Yeah.
and they're doing it, and it's really intense the whole episode. And they finally get the heist, and they're high fiving, and then this kid in the desert rolls up on a dirt bike, like an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old.
Sing the whole thing.
He saw the whole thing, and then he probably didn't know what the heck was going
Who
on,
killed
so
him?
they could have let him go. Then the creep from Star Trek episode.
I remember this now.
That
Yeah.
kind of unraveled Jesse.
Yeah. That, but I mean, it was
Jesse was nuts by the
it
end.
was a terrible scene to watch, but it was good for the show.
Yeah,
because
can-
then Jesse and Walt kind of fell off
Yeah.
even harder.
Split off. Jesse turned into like a slave for
Better
Matt.
Call Saul is like,
I'm loving that.
to
Shit.
be honest, it's right up there with it.
I think
Really?
your mom is liking Better Call Saul.
I did
She-
not think I was gonna love it because I thought, oh, it's
I watched the first episode and stopped.
You need to keep watching.
Really?
I would watch it. I
I
would
think
say,
Mike is one of the best.
Won't pod about it.
characters.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
like Mike, the bald head dude.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think Breaking Bad's probably like a 9.8, and Better
Nah, you're insane.
It's my favorite show of all time.
Really?
So I mean, I saved a little bit of room in case anything gets better.
Wow.
But Better Call Saul's probably like a 9.23. I was bummed when it was over too.
That Odenkirk dude is
He's great.
Good.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
that?
Saul.
Oh, okay.
His name in the show is Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Slippin' Jimmy.
Why is his name Jimmy?
His real name's Jimmy. I also didn't know this. In Better Call Saul, the way he came up with the name is, the name is Saul Goodman. I never knew that was a joke. But the joke is, it's all good,
It's
man.
all good, man.
He's like, it's
Oh.
all good, man.
That's funny.
That's
Oh,
cool.
you must not have made it there yet, but he
No,
says
thanks.
it. Sorry. It's not like, well, it is. Everyone
I
else,
can't believe you just said that.
everybody else,
Yeah,
seemed
thanks
to-
a lot.
Everybody in the show seemed to know it was a joke, and they were like, that's a funny name. And he was like, but I was like,
Tell
oh,
me
I
more.
I
Yeah,
never
you want to
noticed.
spoil anything else for Dad while we're here? Inception.
What's funny
He's
is
in a dream,
the
or is
show
he?
is like 10 years after Breaking Bad,
Mhm.
but they use all the same characters. So some of the guys who aged poorly, it's kind of funny.
Like 10 years, like it was actually like they aged 10 years, but they just look way
The show
worse.
takes
And
place before the
takes
show.
Before Breaking Bad, but everybody.
Oh, 10 years before.
Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody from Breaking Bad
You know-
is older.
There was like Jesse's like two buddies. I feel like
They
they,
got
aged
fat.
poorly.
Beaver.
Yeah.
No. What was his name?
I disagree. I figured you would know more than me.
The guy's name is like an animal like that, like gopher, beaver,
Yeah, we'll just move past it.
badger.
Badger.
Yeah,
Sounds
apparently
right
he got
to
fat.
me.
No, but do you remember the big fat guy from Breaking Bad?
Lost a ton of weight. The black guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
lost
yeah.
a ton of weight, and he's in Better Call Saul, looking old and skinny. But
But it's supposed to be 10 years later. What happened to you?
Well, Mike looks the same.
yeah, Mike looks the exact same. Saul actually got probably in better shape.
He's in better shape. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So 10 years later, after Walter White meets him, he gains a bunch of weight.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, on back to that thing about it looking like Mad Men. Did y'all notice how high their pants were?
Yeah,
Like their waistline was up above their navel.
yeah.
That just bothered me, man.
Like, the only time I could think to notice is when he's only shirt and pants at the end.
We as humans just
then?
haven't figured out where to put our pants. These guys, they wear them way
It's
up
like a
here.
butt behind.
Then we got to a thing where they put them halfway down.
Yeah,
their
we
butt.
sag them.
Yeah. Then we
Yeah.
try them right there on the
Maybe
hip.
that's why the guys started sagging their pants as
Yeah.
just protest. I had to wear them up by your nipples.
I feel like there's a reason they sag their pants, but I don't think
Oh,
there's.
it's a gay prison thing.
What?
That means, hey, my hiney's out.
No. Then why are all these guys on the street sagging their
Because
pants?
they haven't been to prison, they don't know it's code.
I thought gay prison code was like
Pocket out.
pocket out.
That's from prison.
Like some dude's like, hold my pocket. And you're like, I mean, thank God I'll never go to prison, but that would be me. I ain't gonna,
That's one of my proudest
I'm
moments.
not gonna. I'm not gonna have anybody holding my pocket. I'm not intimidating enough.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Glad I came for this.
Yeah.
Caitlin says dad's a little quiet.
What the hell is bridge?
It's a game. I've heard of it.
Dad's
Bridge?
quiet.
That's what Caitlin says.
Oh yeah,
Do
Bridge.
you hear him in your head?
He sounds better now that he's looking at the mic.
They Bridge was a card game that it's like hearts or spades, and women used to play it.
Why was it a girls' card game? How do you differentiate between a
think-
guy's card game and a girls' card
I
game?
think it was just what a bunch of housewives did, and they drink
Mm.
and just talk gossip.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but I have heard all the ladies playing bridge, but I didn't know. I didn't know why it was a girl thing. What'd you just do, Zach?
Turn him up a bit.
Okay, that was the right move.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, when the guy, so he's doing the Mad Men stuff. He goes to eat lunch, and then those guys are like, "Hey, come." He goes to fax his mom or whatever, or what was he doing?
Paige and his mom.
He had a
Had a-
pager.
When the
He
pages
was
start.
he was calling an attendant
Yeah.
to come to the table because he wanted to have a telephone or he wanted him to call his mom.
He calls him over by boy too.
Hey, boy.
Like boy.
Yeah, it's a
She's
white
crazy.
guy.
yeah, it's a white guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's make
But I
that
just
clear.
wrote the note. I was like, that's just a nuts way. Like if somebody was like, boy, and like motioned over to me, I'd be like, I can't go over there.
So, anyways, he's gonna telegram his mom or whatever, and then these guys say, "Hey, I'm gonna kidnap you," and he just goes along with it.
Well, Buddy said he had a gun on him, but like the distance they were away, it didn't even seem like he could have had a gun on him.
Yeah.
He's like, there's a pistol pointing right at your side, partner.
Yeah.
And then they go into the car and they're like,
What would you have done if you got kidnapped like that?
"Help!"
Yeah, you gotta make a scene.
Yeah.
He just hops in the car all nonchalant.
Well, you got to assume the only chance you got to get away is that moment.
yeah,
when you're in that
there's a
crowd
good
of people.
chance if you're in
Because
that
if
car,
you get
You're done.
Yeah, you gotta cause a scene. You gotta poop your pants.
Yeah.
You gotta fall on the floor.
The
That's what Taylor told me
pores
to do.
poop your pants.
Evidently, her mom used to tell her if people are kidnapping you and you can go to the bathroom on yourself, no one wants to steal someone who's covered in poo.
I'm pretty sure they'd be okay with it, and then you're just
Dude,
getting
I
a
ain't
rash.
picking someone up who's covered in poo. Now, I'm not a kidnapper, but if you reek, I'm not putting you in my car.
It's kind of like the theory where it's like, I mean, you can lock your front door, but if they really want to break in, they're gonna go through a window. So it's
Well,
like,
your window's locked.
what if you didn't just shit your pants? like, I figure they'll just get you in there. They'll be mad about it, especially when you get into an enclosed
You
encounter.
scream. You make sure people are looking. You
I need
poo,
to shit my pants.
you poo and pee yourself.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get kidnapped.
Here's the thing also. I know it's really difficult to pee yourself because you're like, oh, I know I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
Should I pee myself right now? But I don't know if it's as difficult to poo yourself. I don't think it would be.
You think you'd have?
I've had some suspect farts that almost ended my career.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's only occasionally. Like,
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, you'd have to be a heck of an actor to pull that one out, like just right there.
yeah, I would probably just punch him because if I got out of there, I would want to be able to tell my friends like, Yeah,
just
you
punch
guys
the
are-
guy.
I mean,
kidnap
you're
me,
better.
and I
You
punch
got a
this
much
guy.
better chance throwing a punch, darting away, and getting even shot
yeah.
than
Oh yeah. Better chance of survival.
than if
going,
you get in
yeah.
that car.
Right.
Also, all their guns were tiny. I
Well,
feel like I could,
they're
take,
all
I could take like 8 of
beakers.
those before I'm
Yeah.
like.
Well, once they got to the place, though, it was like cool. We just
Yeah,
We
he
saw him
didn't
walk in the
care.
house.
It was almost like when he got in the
go to
car.
library.
Yeah.
You know.
Same thing with when he was like making a scene inside of the auction room and the police arrested him, didn't put him in handcuffs, and then a cop sat in the back seat with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh yeah. And they knew he was the murderer. then,
Yeah, he
too.
was like, oh, by the way.
He broke it to them on the way.
Yeah, he was like, you didn't
after
know.
that, they were walking with him all nonchalant. He's like,
Yeah.
you got.
They're like, you need a light, friend? Like,
Yeah.
they were buddy.
Yeah. When they were back at the house, though, I can't remember which part. When the henchman came in and the guy was holding the cigarette, kind of inside out.
Oh, was
Did
one
you-
holding it like
Yeah.
that?
So like a man would hold a cigarette like a man,
Yeah.
and this guy was holding that thing like his arm was broken. And like he's trying way too hard. He didn't have a beret on. He should have had on a beret. And he's smoking a cigarette. I mean, the only thing I figure is he really just didn't want to smoke it.
That bothered you?
Huh?
That bothered you?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think that it changed the way that you hold a cigarette?
No, I think there was a moment there
That he
where
thought,
everybody over 11 years old smoked cigarettes in 1959.
Everyone over 11.
It was the law.
Is that a joke?
No, it was the law. You had to smoke cigarettes. It was 1959. And this dude was trying to stand out.
Yeah.
You know,
It was like everybody's doing
Yeah,
it.
it's
I
like
might as
that-
well like light to it at the same
It
time.
was like his mom was in Cirque du Soleil or something, and she was double jointed, and he proved he could smoke a cigarette upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he thought it was cool. You know who smokes a cigarette the coolest? Tommy Shelby. I've never seen someone smoke one, but he always holds it with like 3 fingers, and he's like,
You know that Cillian
yeah,
Murphy
there's a
dude? He said, "I am done playing a character that smokes cigarettes because he's ripping fake heaters like for
Tommy Shelby.
months." Yeah. Thomas Shelby. So like he also was ripping heaters the whole entire time in Oppenheimer. So he's like, I'm done playing characters that smoke cigarettes.
they also don't
he's
smoke
just like
real ones. They smoke like
these like
herbs.
rose like herb things that are probably like
Yeah, but you know that wasn't a quick revelation. He was probably thinking that before Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
oh,
And he
he
got that
probably-
script, and they go, "He smokes. Oh, I'm
Ugh.
getting $40 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna quit next time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit for the next movie.
I bet he was thinking about around like season 4 of Peaky Blinders because that's when he's really repping out the most cigs because it's
Oh,
like
he's chief.
it's chain smoke. Like
Yeah.
figure it, bang it, done.
Oh, and if he's not smoking, the show gets canceled.
You think
Even
Oh,
though,
man.
Peaky
nearly as
Blinders
cool.
still alive?
Yeah. I mean, it had
Yeah?
a season. He's still alive.
It's still live though. Like they're gonna have a new season.
I don't know. Maybe.
R.I.P. to that lady.
He always
Ollie.
seems like he's
Ollie.
dying. Like as I said, you're like, oh, he seems sick.
He always seems really like he always looks younger than he is in his movies, and then I see him like at like the press conferences or whatever. I'm like, damn,
Look pretty old.
dude looks 10 years older than he does on camera.
He looks old in Oppenheimer.
He looked older on.
He also
like,
got skinnier forward, I think.
Yeah, they're all just twin thig. Like that dude, the protagonist, twin thig. I don't know what that means. The protagonist in the movie now
What you
was
say?
like
Write that down
bare
what
bones.
did you mean?
because we're gonna talk.
twin thig.
What did you mean to say?
I'm not sure. But the dude, our main character, was like bare bones too.
Twig thin?
Twig thin. Sure, we'll go with
Twig
that.
thin.
Twig thig.
That's a good one.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
He just had. It's not nearly as bad as. Do you remember how dumb your son sounded when he said Woodward instead of woodwork?
Yeah, but Dad came into my office the other day and said something that he's writing down twin dig.
Why would you write that down?
I don't know if he
It's
really
put in
is.
your permanent record.
Yeah.
But he came in my office and made fun of. He was saying something that we said on the pod that was stupid, like I said it, and it was actually you. What was that
What did
one
he
that
say?
he came in there and said?
I don't know.
Oh man, what did Zach say? Oh, cuff. But
Cusp.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for talking behind my
Actually,
back, guys.
do you want me to go through my thing real quick?
Which thing?
My
Your game?
segment.
Yeah, let's hear the J Knight Seggy.
Okay, I need my reading glasses.
What?
So
What did I say?
I found out I was going to do this. I commissioned a survey
Mm-hmm.
of 1,400 of your fans,
Oh, great.
Oh, nice.
and it's a very comprehensive and exhaustive survey.
Oh, it's about the stuff we say.
And no, these are your fans. Ralph from Dallas said, "You guys have a very impressive studio. Do you have plans for a larger studio?"
What are you doing? Is
Tell
this?
you what your fans said.
He's answering fan mail.
I'm giving you some
Zach,
feedback.
do you have plans for a larger
Do you
studio?
have any plans for a larger studio? Different gigs?
Absolutely not.
Really, I love this. I think it's good.
As of this moment, unless my parents want to build me a bigger house,
So
I'll
what we can
stick
say
to
from
this
that is no.
More fans equals more studio.
Okay.
we've already dropped way more money than we should on this podcast.
Yeah, we gotta start making money before we spend it.
Okay. So, but back to what just happened. Actually, this is kind of a coincidence. Maria from Moscow said,
Okay.
"Your fans are familiar with the phrase off the cuff. Can you
You're
tell?
an asshole. You're an asshole, dude.
Can you tell us the origin of the phrase off the cuff?"
It just means the same thing.
But with a little
I mean, off the
pizzazz.
cuff is pretty much the end of your shirt, right?
Yeah,
Off the cuff. So it's very end.
That's the
Off
correct
cuff.
phrase.
It's flying by the.
Off the.
As long as it's flying by the seat of your pants.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay, I think she can accept that.
She does.
Philippe from France said, "The audio has been very good lately.
Oh God.
Do you have plans to have an audio expert on hand when you broadcast the pod?"
Yeah. We're with our audio expert right now. This is Jay Knight, the guy who texts us after
The
listening to
biggest
every
complainer.
episode. The audio sucked.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Now, if his audio
got an
sucks,
audio
we'll just
guy.
blame him. 'Cause
Yeah.
everything's
Okay.
set
Get
up
near
right.
the mic, idiot.
Okay, so the answer to that would be no.
We have one.
Okay. Allison from Akron said,
What do you do?
"Are there plans to rebuild audience after the Avatar debacle?"
Yeah, we're working on it right now.
We're
Look
trying
what
to.
we're doing. We've had special guests.
We've had a guest to our. We got an extra microphone. We're about to have a camera set up.
That's
so
3
yes.
cams, 3 mics.
I think this is all it's all a good move. I think Allison will be very excited. Dave from Dansk.
Where's that?
I think it's in Russia or somewhere.
He didn't say.
I barely can spell it. He was running by so fast. He says humor seems to be a common thread within successful podcasts. Have you guys considered trying to be funny?
You're an asshole.
No, we're more focused on the movie.
The movie.
And we're serious about our craft and the arts.
Yeah, we
So
really
shut
just
up,
care
Dan.
about the
There you
movie
go,
and
there
everything
you
like
go.
that. Dave sucks.
Okay, he can accept. I don't even know if he speaks English. Bob from Denver. Bob from Denver.
You've kind of gone off.
Yeah, he said, "Zach, blending the colors red and purple make maroon. What combination makes the color mirage?"
These are good.
Did I say something about Mirage?
Yeah, you said Mirage instead of maroon.
Oh, okay.
You
The
said,
bad-
what's Mirage?
That's-
Like a purple? And I think it's more like an image that you see in the desert of purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like any of these people right now.
Okay. I don't blame
Yeah.
Okay. But they are your friends. They are your fans.
Yeah.
Mary from Manhattan says, "John, how many years ago was 1989?
Oh, God. Well, 34.
Very good. Was that like 11 plus 13 plus 10 plus?
Yeah, that's
One.
how I did it in my head.
Okay.
Bitch.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you mess that up?
Yeah.
I guess
I did exactly what he said.
This is from Craig from Nashville.
Oh, here. Oh,
That's
that's
real?
Yeah, this one might be real.
Do you guys have plans to sell movie night merchandise?
Oh. Well, I was inventing a logo, and my dad told me he hated it, so now it's back.
Did you really? You didn't like it?
Oh, it was just bad.
He likes the concept, he said, but he just.
Did you
can't-
like my idea where you turn it completely into a camera in the shape of a night head?
What's the difference between
No, it's
that?
the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
John's is like that, except he stuck 2 Hot Wheel wheels on top of it.
Yeah, it looks like Hot Wheels. I
Um,
said it looked like a.
Did you
a
try
race
the
car.
bat signal?
I don't know if that seems too intricate.
The hell's the
Yeah.
back signal?
He's saying do the bat signal, but take out the bat, make it the night head.
Okay.
That's
It's kind of cool.
I need to
Yeah.
get back on track here.
I just get tired of him
the
being.
fans are waiting.
Yeah, your fans are tuned in. So Michelle from Philly,
Oh yeah, here we go.
Here.
she
Probably nice.
says, "Do you guys know the difference between the femoral and carotid arteries?"
Yeah, one of them is.
One of them's really deadly.
Yeah,
If you get
and
cut
the
in.
other one's
the other
not.
one sounds not as bad.
Yeah, duh.
Where are
Michelle.
they?
Huh?
Carotid is in
They're
the
all neck down.
Yeah, femurs in your leg and carotids in your neck. Good job.
Thank you.
I knew carotid was in your neck, and I would have guessed the other one was in your leg.
Okay. So Rick from Detroit
This is Wampler. He's
says
from
your
Detroit.
fans know what a sommelier is. Can you tell us what a souvenier is?
Yeah, I
See?
think that's a type of way to cook a steak, and we just got them kind of.
No, that's sous vide.
Yeah, but it's close. I think I mixed the two words together. We were
You
trying to
said that, I
say,
thought that was me. Because Abby called me out on that.
yeah, I think you tied me up with words, and then
Oh, yeah.
And then I
blame,
spat that
blame.
Then it got a life of its own.
yeah, it got a life of its own, and then it became Savat.
Souvenier.
Souvenier.
Souvier.
And he
Souvenier.
said it was such
Sommelier.
and it sounded so stupid.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just want to thank you for letting me be here, and we appreciate the answers and clarification. And I'm curious, will I ever be invited back?
Yeah,
you're
but I
you're
bet
on
you
it for all the IMDb 100.
Ah, good.
For whichever ones you want to come to. I
Yeah.
really want you here for the anime ones. Because there's a bunch of anime around the 50s.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
it's really
watch
funny.
Parasite. You gotta watch Spirited
Parasite's not
Away.
anime. Parasite is a great movie.
Parasite's
Like,
really good. You just gotta read it.
One of the
which
ones
you
coming
can't
up-
read.
is Toy
'Cause of the
Story
eyesight.
3.
Huh?
Toy Story 3's on the list.
I would love to skip that one, but we'll watch it. Yeah.
Oh, we got a
Yeah,
thing.
we
we're
gotta
working
watch
on.
it.
You can't just skip Toy Story 3.
We'll just talk about how terrible Tom Hanks is the whole time.
The next one is Citizen Kane.
I'm really excited for
Oh, that's
Citizen
going to be a
Kane.
good one.
Never seen Citizen Kane.
You'll be here for it if you want to be.
Oh, that's
Have you
a
seen
good-
it?
that's gonna be-
You're our IMDb. The IMDb, the D in IMDb stands for Dad.
Oh, good.
So you're just waiting. If you want to join it, join it.
I actually think there might be an anime coming up. This one sounds like one. Princess
Momonosuke?
Mononoke.
Monosuke? Mononosuke?
There's no S in there.
There
Monoke.
is. Monoke?
I think so.
Really good. It's about a wolf, and y'all
that
will
anime?
probably hate it. Yeah.
So
for
yeah,
sure.
here's like our next 5. Citizen Kane, Toy Story 3, Lawrence of Arabia, Princess Mononoke.
Dad, you want to go ahead and
Dogs.
read those 2 comments off of?
Oh god, it's probably more fans being douchebags.
It's probably our family.
It's probably Taylor.
Caitlin said Dad was being a little quiet, and then she wrote back and said, best
Yes.
segment yet.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
She was
okay.
like, Caitlin comes
Yeah,
in.
Caitlin's a
Her
hater.
and Dad both come in there every morning. Meanwhile,
Guys
I'm working.
bitch at ya?
They sit in my 2 chairs and they just talking, and then like make fun of what we said on the pod.
How
last
do you
time.
get work done when it's either Dad or Caitlin or cousin Luke?
There's a lot of chatty Cathys in that
So
office.
you just had to like deal with it.
And then Dad will come in the office sometimes, and they'll just sit in the chair, and I'll look at him and say,
You got something?
"You need something?" And he's like, "No." And then he'll make a phone call, put it on speaker,
Yeah, like I need to know.
talk to the guy for 10 minutes that I have no business listening to.
I had a framer call me today when I'm helping Dad and Mom move all their crazy shit into this. into
What were they
like
moving?
at one point I looked because I'm moving all these boxes and Dad's like, "Oh, I'm too tired to help," and he just keeps on helping. And I'm like, "Dude, if you're too tired to help, just go sit in your car, have a nice little AC bath, and let me do my job." So anyways, at some point I see a box that's labeled Tim stuff. Tim.
The lady from Thailand? Mom.
Like Mom is mad.
That is mad.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Anything good in there?
Couldn't tell. It was all. I mean, it's perfectly labeled, but I couldn't tell you what was in there.
Is it really Tim's stuff?
I'm positive.
Does Tim want it back?
Who knows?
Nah, she's
If
fine.
the only reason we're not on the show Hoarders is because our
The
house
house
is so
big.
big.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if we
The
lived
crawl space could go in hoarders.
if we lived in a double wide,
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I think, yeah, it would explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom's a mess.
You guys should
That's-
have a fire going while you're out there, and then whenever you find stuff like Tim stuff, you just toss it in there.
Yeah, but what if
I've
it's
got
cool?
charger cords. Okay. so
Things
what-
that they don't make that cord for.
Yeah,
anymore.
and you know what though? I'll say this: your mom has found charger cords that fit things that.
She does
I do
know
that.
where things are.
Yeah.
I do that stuff kind of similar to mom. Like I found this like rail that like was, I'm assuming, off of like a 6-foot fence,
Yeah.
and I took it, and eventually it was used to hang my plants.
Mhm.
So like I kind of like grab things like that I'm like, ooh, I might could make this.
Oh yeah. You're a dumpster diver because I know that you're just talking about a big galvanized pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And then I set it up against 2 trees and it holds my
tell
plant.
Dad what you're doing around the job site.
Oh, I collect copper.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Do you
Just
wanna,
the
I mean,
trash.
afterwards,
The
do you want to
trash.
see the? Oh, it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm
Afterwards-
sure this piece of plumbing doesn't need this copper.
Zach's the guy when you come back the next day and you're like, where'd all our copper go?
No,
Yeah.
it's like
He's betting pennies in his garage.
it's gotten to the point where it's like my buddies that I work with are like, I got a pretty sweet piece of copper for
Oh,
you.
gee.
And I'm like, ooh, gimme.
We gotta get you the hell out of there.
You're a freak.
I know, but I got a lot of
And then I
copper now.
told Zach, I was like, what are you going to do with it? He's like, oh, I'm going to melt it down, make a big copper block, and
4x4 block.
make it for my desk.
Then
And
I
it's
Google
like-
searched how much a 4x4 block of copper would be.
and I think
Disappointing.
yeah, I told Zach, I was like, dude, I don't think that's going to be worth much. And I looked it up and I said, that's only like $19. And then I
No,
saw,
that's crazy.
I saw his
So-
heart drop.
Yeah, so your mom was been packing all this stuff,
Yeah.
and I go in the house, and there's 2 stacks of cell phones on top of the table, kitchen table, and they're
Like her original
iPhones.
cell phones.
iPhones?
I think I've had 2 iPhones since they came out. I just don't like change.
You can turn them in and they give you like $500.
She thinks there's a reason they're going to need them at some point, and so we've got lots of. And the deal is, like about every 2 years, her phone stops working. Right.
Yeah.
And so we.
It's definitely somehow her fault.
So we
too.
blame the phone and we buy another one. and we keep the old one. And it was nice though because it was stacked neatly on top of all the laptops that we buy for the same reason.
You know, every advertisement that mom sees on Facebook that it's like a big advertisement. It's like so and so, big news, and then she clicks it every time. She's probably got viruses on her phone like after like a month.
I don't know.
And mom always is like doing this stuff where she's like, you guys gotta get off your phone. Like it's like kind of annoying. Like you're on your phone too much. I would say mom's on her phone more than anybody. in my
Mom
family.
says that to you?
I feel like she said that about everyone.
Oh, Mom's on her phone more than anyone. in the family.
She's terrible. And that's why I want her to get Apple CarPlay. Because at least it'll be on the screen in front of her instead of her being like, also one of the worst drivers I've ever experienced in my whole entire life.
Yeah,
Mom.
Mom backed into my truck recently and said, "Why'd you park your truck right there?" I was like, "My driveway is 2 cars wide. I parked intentionally behind Jordan to leave you room."
Yeah. And it
She
wasn't
got-
good enough. She ran over my buddy Hudson's mailbox. When I was growing up, she ran over Hudson's mailbox. And then I went to the hospital, punctured a lung, broke 4 ribs. And the most pain I was in that whole entire experience was the drive home with Mom. It was like slam brakes, seatbelt strangling me. And I was like, I
got
will
the
die.
I
I'd
got
rather
to the
die.
hospital. I couldn't drive for several months, and your mom was such a sweetheart, and she was taking care of me, and she drove me everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And but it was terrifying.
That probably set you back
And
a
so
month.
I remember I did that. I told her, I said, "Honey, you should just let me die in the hospital instead of killing us both in a fiery car accident."
Oh, man.
But on that, back to the movie though, I don't think we've even got to the train. What did y'all think when he goes to the train? Because I thought that whole thing was stupid.
What do you mean?
So he's running to get away. He doesn't get a ticket to the train. He races in there, gets by the ticket counter.
Rope-a-dope's the guy.
Yeah, and he jumps on a random train. And in that random train is the blonde and
That's very true because
Van
like
Damme.
Wow.
yeah,
I
you
didn't
see
even
Van
think
Damme-
about it, but
you see Van Damme and his goons in that
Yeah.
train later
So they had apparently had time to make this elaborate plot,
to get him on that train.
but they didn't. But it was all by chance if he got on that train.
what was he
Right.
doing?
Man, if he gets on this train, we got it.
Why
We
was
got
he?
it planned ready.
Why was he going
He's
to the
gonna
train in
have
the first
some-
place?
Some
He was trying to get away.
That was it.
That was it. He was
oh
trying to get
yeah,
out
he
of
was
New
trying
York.
to get out of there.
Okay, well then, yeah, that is.
He was trying to get
that
a
is
ticket out of
goofy.
there, and then they were like, we got him," and then he cut the line or
Did
something.
they ever explain why they thought he was the Kaplan guy anyway?
No,
Yeah,
that part
So
sucked.
what happened was when he calls the guy to come to his table to bring the phone,
Yeah.
he's raising his hand. Right before he did that, those two henchmen had George Kaplan paged. They heard he was going to be in that restaurant. So
Yeah.
they paged George Kaplan.
Uh
And
huh.
at that moment, Cary Grant raises his hand and he
Ah.
calls for the attendant. They see him and they think he's it.
Which is funny because George Kaplan doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
just
that's
a bunch of hoopla.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he ends up just bagging a 26-year-old who looks more like she's 35.
Yeah.
Has a nice
Yeah. And then
moment on the
he's got,
train.
at the end, he's got this moral superiority where he's yelling at them for making her use her body. Hell, he's the one who used her body.
Well,
Yeah.
he was calling her like when they get to the auction room, he starts calling her like what I would assume is
Means
like
slut.
yeah, it's like this slut here. That's what we would say 2024,
You
2023.
dirty little scallywag.
Yeah, but he's like this little Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, this little hussy.
That guy looked just like Jay Wright, the coach of Villanova. I
Who's
wrote
Jay
that
Wright?
down.
Which guy?
The main character, he looked just like Jay Wright, the coach of Villanova.
Huh.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
could have played him in a biopic. Or Jay Wright could play him in a biopic.
Okay.
Yeah, whichever. I wish smoking cigarettes on transit was still smiled upon.
You
Really?
smoking?
No, but I would
The
smoke.
only way you could
I would
want
buy
that
a
is
pack
to
of. I would buy a pack of Marlboro lights. Whatever, dude. If you write that down, I'm gonna kill you.
Well, I think that's the way they pronounce Marlboro Whites in anime.
Well, you know what? The
Uh,
Marlboro Wrights are gonna kill you first.
Yeah, true. But if I'm on a train or an airplane, I think it's cooler for an airplane.
Did they ever smoke them on airplanes?
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why they
They-
were like,
they
no
had a-
smoking, no
they had a-
smoking. Like,
they-
who's gonna smoke on this
Can
No,
you
thing?
they had a
imagine,
smoking
like-
section.
On the airplane?
Yeah, like, how stupid is that? So they pull these curtains. You're in front of the curtain, no smoking.
Smoke
You're
free
behind the-
curtain. There's nothing going past those curtains.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Hey guys, we got the smoking section up front. Don't worry about it. They'll be cool. And then all of a sudden, by the end of it, you're like, is there smoke coming on this plane or is it just.
They cracked their windows.
Oh, restaurants are the same way.
No, new
And plus,
restaurants.
when people are anxious, they smoke more. So, like, these guys are probably ripping 10 heaters on a 2-hour flight.
Yeah, so you're going to tell me that people can smoke cigarettes on a plane in 1976, but we can't have our cell phone on in 2022?
Yeah.
I mean, they got open flames everywhere. And
I don't understand the cell phone thing.
I think it's ridiculous.
I think it's stupid.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. What is the thing? Like they're saying, oh, your cell phone
Mess
could...
up their navigation
So
system.
it's
If
not about
someone
somebody
leaving
like.
their cell phone on could mess up the navigation, I'm not getting on an airplane.
Yeah.
How would you even do that? Like, just like type into your GPS, be like, oh, we're going to Dallas. No, we're not going there. We should allow weed smoking on airplanes. That needs to be our next step.
Well, that's going backwards.
Yeah, the pilots, everybody, you know what? Everybody just toke up.
So
Smoke up.
he gets off the train, and the lady tells him that she talked to Kaplan and that he's gonna meet him at this bus stop in the middle of nowhere.
Dumb.
Yeah, dumb. For one, don't trust that lady.
Yeah, first of all, like,
Talk
when
to
I
the guy
saw that
yourself.
bus stop, I would have been like, no, I'm not getting off here. Like,
Yeah.
this looks like the perfect kill spot. But the problem they had is they decided to use
A
a
plane.
crop dusting plane. Every single car that passed by him that was like, oh, is this him or not? They could have just shot him and left.
They said, you know what? We got him out here. Let's use a plane to kill this guy.
And they always
And let's use DDT so he'll die slowly.
yeah.
What's DDT?
That's one of the poisons they would spread out.
Oh, that
Oh,
crop
is that
duster.
what it
That's not how they were trying to kill him, though.
Well, he got covered up with.
But they weren't trying to kill him with that. They were shooting guns at him
At first, yeah. But the thing is, I told your grandfather I was going to be watching this with you guys, and he said, "Oh yeah, that's the movie where they had that chase scene with that plane." So apparently,
that
was the thing.
scene.
Oh yeah. It's on the posters and stuff.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Well,
This is where the term crop dusted came up with, when you're covered in a fart, and because he's in that thing of crop dust, and he's like,
and they would, and they smiled at these inopportune times. Like the plane flew over, and he kind of had this whimsical smile on his face, looking up at it. Like, what are you doing, man?
that guy didn't take anything seriously. He was
he was
kidnapped.
like,
He's like,
the
hey,
one
what
guy.
I'm getting at.
So he stands there in front of the truck, and he just
Gets it to stop.
Hit, it stopped over the top of him,
yeah.
and that plane.
which he had like 500 feet to stop.
Yeah, the plane
Like,
hits it,
Yeah.
blows up.
And you gonna tell me
Insane.
it hits a fuel tanker?
Doesn't
That's a
have
much bigger
Just enough
Massive.
to just blow it up.
They're like, hold on.
Get out of there, son. The plane's coming.
Yeah, and he also like went straight through the taker. It wasn't like there was any timing, like a car blowing up.
No.
It was like, oh, wait, this car might blow up.
That thing was so intentionally hitting that fuel tanker. It was like a kamikaze pilot.
I didn't understand why the airplane kept waiting till the very last second to shoot the machine gun. Because the first go, it just tries to decapitate
I don't think
the guy.
it was a crop duster, so I don't think it had a gun. I think
No,
it was a guy,
they said like machine gun blast.
I think it was a guy on the duster with his own gun.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like not like it didn't have like plane guns on it. It had a guy on there like
Yeah.
That's why.
Good.
Yeah, otherwise ruined.
But the first go, they don't even try and shoot at him. They just pass by him, like trying to decapitate him with
Well,
one
let's
fell
say
swoop.
George Kaplan really existed. What's he hoping to accomplish if he
Hey
finds
man, some guys think I'm you and they're trying to kill me. Why don't you tell them
Yeah.
so they can leave me alone?
Yeah.
Also, how
He's
much?
going to accomplish nothing with that.
Yeah.
But how much could he really get into if he's just an imaginary person? Were they just like, oh, like anything goes up in the CIA, and they're just like, oh, that was George Kaplan. Like he's a loose cannon. He's at a different hotel every 2 days.
I'm not sure the exact reason for Kaplan. Like
Yeah,
the
so
fake
the
guy. The FBI was
The FBI wanted Van Dam, or what his name was, to be distracted that this guy Kaplan
Was after him.
knew about him and all that stuff, and they were hoping that would cause Van Dam to make a mistake,
yeah.
and it was providing cover for that girl.
Uh-huh.
They kind of, because he was so distracted thinking that the information was coming from Van Dam, from Kaplan,
Yeah.
that it wasn't coming from that girl. But some of the stuff just didn't make sense to me.
What
Okay.
is the formula for crop dust?
Well, crop dust.
Look at it in
is-
1959.
Yeah, I'm
Isn't
not
it
talking
like-
about like in a math class. I'm talking about in a farm.
Yeah, isn't it?
Because I know the formula for crop dust in a math class. It's silence, precision, and squeezing it out as softly as you
Oh,
can.
gee.
But isn't it just like some sort of chemical to feed plants?
Yeah, no,
But that's not.
back then they put serious chemicals on it. Now it's
It didn't seem like that guy was that affected.
Pesticides?
well, that was a movie.
Yeah, well, you would think if it was that bad, he would have been like, "Oh my god."
That would be so
die."
funny if it was like, oh, he ended up dying like a month later.
Yeah, Agent Orange.
Oh, Agent Orange. I feel like you just mentioned that last podcast, John.
No, that was about Clockwork Orange. Okay, so he goes out there and he gets attacked by this plane, and then he makes it back and he sees Miss Kendall and he goes up to her room.
And she's wearing gloves. How common were gloves wearing back in this?
Was it cold?
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was cold. It was just like people wore gloves.
Women wore gloves a lot
Why?
Up to the elbow?
just to finish their outfit.
Up to the elbow gloves, or just like, or was
Those
it like?
those hers just went to the wrist. I think.
But yeah, they went to the wrist. But is it like a formality type of thing? Like if it's a formal event,
yeah,
all the way up to the bow.
yeah.
Hey,
So he
You guys
thought
were
she
nuts
was
back
bad, but then he trusted her.
No, he didn't trust her when he went up there.
No,
He knew right then that she was the one that sent him out there in the middle of nowhere.
And he calls her out for it.
And he calls her out for it, and he told her he was getting in the shower. He didn't get in the shower.
He
creeped
on
on
the
her.
door.
He waited till she left. And
Yo.
man, they wore that nasty old suit for several days. And he calls down there and says, "How fast can you sponge and press a suit?" I mean, I wouldn't. That just bothered me.
What?
What do you
I
mean?
feel like that's about all you need to do to a suit.
Yeah, but it would screw it all up. You know, it's a really expensive suit.
Yeah. Why would that screw it up?
It's not clean.
What's
Hey,
the
he
sponge?
sponged it.
Yeah, but they're gonna
What?
press all that nasty dirt inside of. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
What's a sponge?
I guess that's what they did.
What, the sponge?
Like, what does it mean to sponge a
I
suit?
think they took a sponge.
A wet
and just-
sponge?
yeah.
Yeah, I bet they
So it's
wet
gonna be
sponged
clean.
it.
It's not clean.
Well, what do you
It's
need to
clean
do?
now.
Toss it in a washer machine?
No, they dry clean them.
And that makes things clean?
Hell, I don't know.
Hey,
I just
who
didn't like
knows?
Everybody's
Everybody's got dirty clothes on.
I went to whatever they do. A dry cleaner is not good for you. I
No.
went to one in Noonan, and you could see into the back where they were like doing the dry cleaning.
chemicals.
Yeah. Oh, it reeked in there. I was like, I
They
gotta
had
get out of here.
NASCAR?
No,
Huh.
they did not care. They were
Yeah.
smoking cigarettes and doing it.
That's sick. They were smoking cigarettes while
And
pressing
it
your
was-
suit out.
Hey man,
Hey,
I
smells
really
like
needed it
cigarettes,
done.
but it's clean now.
They could do it in a couple days. So then he goes into that art.
Yeah, he goes to the auction.
Yeah,
auction.
I would like to see what all that money, the amounts they were bidding would translate into in today's dollars, because I think it would be really, really
Like
Well,
the
I looked
chairs.
it
Like
up
the
and it
chairs
said
went
that
$450.
I looked it up and $2 was like 10.
Mm-hmm.
So inflation made it
So at
times
least
5.
five.
So times 5.
Fine,
And
fine.
sometimes he was betting.
Time flies.
Saying 2,000. That would
You didn't write that one down.
For a piece of art, that's a lot.
I think it would have to be a lot more than that, because gas was about a quarter a gallon.
I guess it's not exact.
A quarter a
science.
gal?
Yeah, and so it probably wasn't even a quarter gallon.
But gas
back
is
then.
always changing, not exactly with inflation.
Well, a house was probably
Less than 100,000.
no, it's probably about 10 grand. It's probably
Dad bought his first house for like $60,000.
Yeah, and then they
Dana
they
bought a
sent
house
back
for like
us.
$50,000.
houses have gone up probably 35 times.
What about Cokes?
Coke, a
Nickel.
newer dime. So I don't know.
What was the first Coke you bought? Do you remember it?
No, I mean
It was
we
Colombian
had
Band.
Coke. When I was growing up, we had when I was a kid, we had Coke in the house. We drank Coke. We drank soda in the house.
What?
What do you mean? Didn't everyone?
Yeah, we had Coke in the house. Cool.
No, we didn't have soda in the house when you were a kid.
Oh,
What
true.
does that mean?
We
Yeah.
didn't have sodas. Mom didn't.
Oh, you didn't have Coke in your house.
No,
I thought
we
you were like,
did. We drank it for breakfast. We drank it with everything.
you drank Coke for breakfast?
Yeah.
You son of a bee.
You madman.
telling us not to drink a little soda
Dad,
pop.
Dad sat there with a newspaper, Coca-Cola, and Pall Mall cigarette.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Dad, the bully
Him
of
and Mom
bees.
both
He
smoked.
looked like a classic guy from the. I guess that would have been the 70s.
Bully can grow a wicked beard, and he's never done it.
No, he's done it.
I haven't seen him. Not
I
in my
think he got
life.
his nickname.
Yeah.
I saw pictures with him.
Wooly Bully.
I don't remember ever Bully having a full beard, just goatee.
No, I don't remember it either.
Yeah. But I think Caitlin probably
Vaguely
remembers
remember
it.
the goatee,
But Bully's got mad beard potential, and he wastes it. And then he gives his son just a cool goatee, and then his son gives his sons shitty facial hair.
Maybe your son will have a full beard.
I doubt it, unless I marry an Italian. I mean,
Is that the hairiest people you can think of?
I mean, there's an Italian girl with better facial hair than me.
Well, I
out
read
there
an
right
article that it's okay for women to have beards now.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
depends on the pronouns.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So you can marry a woman with a beard.
Yeah.
I thought that the
That widens my options a little bit.
just about the whole world.
Yeah.
I thought the art auction part was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Yeah.
"This art sucks."
This girl's a hussy.
Yeah, just to get out of there. And then
Oh yeah, that was funny. He said, "All right, $2,200, $2,200. Final bid." And he said $1,200.
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
that was pretty good.
Smart way to get out of there. This dude was in advertisement, but by the end of it, he was just a spy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
here's a
he
good
figured
one.
it out.
So he gets out of there. The FBI, he tells the cops who he is. The FBI get him out of there to do some sort of mission for him and catch Van Damme. And then he finds out that Miss Kendall, she's working with the FBI. Anyways, he talks to her and he says, she says something like, he's like, why are you doing this? Why don't you, settle down? She goes, men like you don't believe in marriage. He says, I've been married twice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It is good.
Yeah, that sure is.
So the Van Damme guy, he, I guess, was a spy for Russia during the Cold War. Is that what was going on?
Yeah, so the Cold War, back then, it was a big, big, big deal.
Yeah.
And if they mentioned Cold War, you knew the enemy was Russia.
Yeah.
And that's what it just would
Because I didn't know, they didn't really describe that explicitly until the end. They start mentioning the Cold War, and I was like, oh, it's Cold War.
Yeah, it was interesting. They when they made the commentary about the FBI, CIA, it's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cary Grant chastised him about being ineffective at fighting the Cold War and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it was kind of interesting that there was that disconnect between people and their trust of the government in 1959,
Yeah.
like there is now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always interesting when they bring up like historical things like the Cold War, and then you get to see what people thought about it, I suppose, during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So so they have that girl fake kills, what's the guy's name again? Roger
Miller.
something.
Roger T. Starts with a T.
Anyways, she fake kills him to make sure that guy believes her. And she's got this gun, and then they take off, and then the bad guys find out that she was using a fake gun. And now they're
Right,
going to throw her
blanks.
out of the airplane.
Right.
And then he uses his rot matchbook for a code. That part was pretty
Perfect
cool.
throw.
Yeah.
It wasn't really perfect because it landed on the ground beside her,
Yeah,
but
he almost got.
figured it
In
out.
fact, the other guy found it and handed
like,
it to her. Luckily enough. And that's basically the end of the movie. I don't really have anything.
Well, the thing was, the chase scene on Mount Rushmore was stupid.
All the chase scenes in old movies, I feel like all.
Oh, that really the ending of this movie where it kind of concluded really ruined the movie for me.
Oh, where he's pulling her up on that boat.
She's like, grab me, and then a
Like,
little
help.
small rock that she's standing on the edge of a cliff kicks out, and now she's just laying on the ground. You know, she's just laying on a bundle of rocks. She's
Yeah.
not actually falling.
And all those guys wearing dress shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so stupid.
The dress shoes where you
Yeah.
got held up.
Well, they weren't planning on having a chase.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
going.
go get barefoot though, man.
Is there a really nice house that some evil guy lives in right on the other side
Oh,
of Mount
dude,
Rushmore?
yeah. what I was
no
thinking.
way.
I was like, wow, this guy's backyard's Mount Rushmore. That's pretty
Yeah.
sick.
600 feet away from Mount Rushmore.
With an airplane.
So at the top of Mount Rushmore, it's real flat for miles, and it's a forest
Yeah.
and a runway
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a mansion.
Beautiful
That-
house.
I was like,
It's very discreet.
I kind of forgot about the whole Mount Rushmore thing, and then all of a sudden they're back, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Hey.
when they run down, they go, and they're on top of it. Yeah, if they ran and they realize they're at the bottom of it,
That might have made some sense.
yeah, then they could climb up. But so, what four presidents are on Mount Rushmore?
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln.
Very good.
Yep, we both got that.
And I thought for sure they would go nostril, hide in a nostril.
Yeah.
I feel like they've already
how
done
deep
that,
are
though.
the nostrils?
I feel like they did that in National Treasure.
Yeah, but this was way before National Treasure.
That would have been sick.
Yeah.
Nick Cage already hit in a nostril.
Yeah, they couldn't copy.
Or
Nick
there was a
Cage.
clue in a nostril.
That's true.
How deep are the nostrils?
How old was Nick
Do you think
Cage?
someone was like, no, this isn't realistic enough. We need to get 10 feet up there, right
Yeah.
up to their brain.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool if they carved inside of the heads.
Are there any doors actually in Mount Rushmore? Like,
You're
isn't there a
insane.
door over there where it's like a tunnel behind it?
No.
Like in
Probably.
National Treasure?
Maybe.
Probably.
You could carve a
I'm
whole
a
top.
big conspiracy theorist guy, so I'm sure there's probably a nuke in like Abe Lincoln's head or something.
What happened?
That'd be tight.
What happened to the main guy, Van Damme?
He just gets away.
Does he? Or is so?
No,
there's one when he
because
shoots
they're
the
like-
guy and he says that's not very sporting using.
Yeah,
real
he was
bullets."
already
Was
arrested.
that Van Damme? That's
Yeah, he
No.
was already arrested.
They shot Martin Landau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the henchman.
Yeah.
And
Mark
then he
Landau,
pulls
is that
her
like
out.
a big guy?
He ended up becoming a pretty
Good for him.
popular actor.
One thing I kind of like about old movies is they do not drag out the ending at all. When it's over, it's over. He
Oh,
pulls
I
her
thought
up,
it was like
she pulls him up on the train and said, "There you go, Mrs.
Thornhill.
Yeah,
Thornhill."
like
that
what-
was it.
I know they
So
met one
they-
time. They're married.
No credits. I don't
That's
think
why he's
either.
divorced
They
twice.
They meet, shack up, discover she's setting him up to be killed. He helps her escape,
Married.
and on the 5th day they got married.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you and Mom only dated for like 3 months.
Yeah, but we didn't try to kill each other in the meantime.
that
happened long That happened long after.
I would have rather it been like this, and this is kind of dark, but I would have rather it been like a vision of him pulling her up, having this image of them being back on the train, and then it's like, oh, nice to see you here, Miss Tannerhill, whatever it is, and then she ends up like you go back to reality and she's falling.
They smiled at the weirdest times too. Like there were times on that chase where she was grinning, and I thought this is stupid.
This is odd. Why are you smiling?
I think
This is
an
Life or Death.
interesting turn, because I was thinking, oh, could this happen? Is he actually have been that Kaplan guy? Even after they said he was fake, maybe they weren't in on it that there was.
But
a
he
real
was the
Kaplan.
spot.
Like he was ahead of them.
At some point, I was like, "Is this dude George Kaplan?"
That's what I thought.
Kevin
yeah.
Costner was in a movie that was kind of like that,
What was it
where he was a Navy guy that got accused of being a spy of some sort, and you wanted to be innocent, and he was innocent, and then at the end it turns out,
He was guilty.
he's a bad guy.
That's
yeah.
cool.
called? Yeah.
Oh, I like where it ends, where it's like, oh, he was actually a bad guy. Get out of here.
Okay, I have a game
Okay.
now. I only told Dad about this game.
Right.
So we're gonna do a 4 horsemen. I'm not gonna tell you what the 4 horsemen is of.
I've seen this.
Dad'll go first, then me.
Dad knows?
Yeah, I've told him.
What the hell?
Dad goes. He picks first, then me, then you pick.
So I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah, and you just pick to the best of your ability.
Correct.
See if you're able to compete, and then at the end you can guess what it was.
I'll probably guess immediately.
You might. I don't. I didn't start off with the hardest one of all time.
Go for it.
All right.
James Stewart.
Who the hell is that?
So maybe you will have a hard time. I'm gonna go with Ian McKellen.
I'm going to go with Marlon Brando.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
See?
I'm gonna go with Morgan Freeman.
I'm going to hit Robert De Niro's line.
yeah,
That's good.
but do you really want to be tied to him?
Is that what it is?
Well,
I'll go Clint Eastwood.
I'm gonna go Anthony Hopkins.
Sucks because I don't know any of these dudes' names. The Hawk dude?
Who's the Hawk dude?
Something Hawk.
Ethan Hawke.
Sure.
That's a guy, but I don't think
It's
you're
not
on
good?
track.
Oh,
Where-
jeez.
No, bad.
Okay, well, that's my answer.
All right, you're locked in.
Paul Newman.
We all know him.
Yeah, dads are making it tough for me. And I'm gonna go with Jack Nicholson.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the old dude from Dennis the Menace.
I've actually got him down my list.
You know
Really?
that guy's name?
Walter Matthau.
Thank you. That's him.
What else is he in?
He was in The Odd Couple. He was in all kinds of stuff. He was in the original Bad News Bears, and it was hilarious.
I did. Okay. I did see that one.
That's who I'm taking.
Was that our 4th one?
I think so.
Do you have a guess?
Old ass dudes. Dudes older than my dad.
It was best actors over 60.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I think the one you said, he's pretty good.
Which one?
Ethan
Ethan Hawke?
Yeah,
He
No,
doesn't
not
seem
over
like he'd be
60.
60.
he's definitely over 60.
I thought you said they had to be born before this movie was made.
Did I say that? Well, it's pretty close to 60.
Yeah, 64.
Okay.
Did I say that?
I still think Ethan Hawke holds.
No.
I
Ethan
think
Hawke.
I think he's younger than
And
me.
also, you said Marlon Brando, who's definitely dead.
Oh, so they
Is
had
Dennis
to
the
be
Menace guy dead?
Oh, yeah. A bunch of mine are dead.
Well, that doesn't seem.
So you guys need.
That doesn't seem right. Well, I guess they can be dead. I didn't specifically say not dead guys. Let me
Alright.
see. If you got Ethan Hawke, he was
He's
born in
65.
1970. You're 11 years away.
Really? Damn, he looks older.
That's 53.
Oh, good for him. How old are you, Dad?
59. I'll be 60 in October.
Man, I had plenty
Oh my
that weren't even
gosh.
named either.
60
Harrison
years
Ford. I heard that the new Indiana Jones is actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, we didn't watch
Oh, I
that
heard
one.
it was terrible.
Who'd you hear that from?
Yeah, you don't know anybody in the movie.
I'm in the business.
I heard it from Hugh Hewitt.
Who's that?
He's a radio talk show host.
Ben Shapiro said it was really good. That's where I
Really?
heard it from.
And that's Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
He holds high ground.
I figured he would think it sucked, if anyone.
Yeah.
All right.
We good, Dad? Give us a one-liner to end us. It can be motivational.
Send the people on
it
their
can
week.
be, just get people going.
Oh, man. I have no idea.
I did this to Tyler last time, and he
You
gave us
did
something.
say it was our best episode. You should be prepared.
Oh, no, this is that was your best episode. You know,
This might be our new
I
Until
think
now.
that what you need to do, guys, is there's a book out by, I think it's General McChrystal, and it's talking about you need to make your bed.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I read it.
for the 1,400 fans out there, you need to make your bed. You need to brush your teeth. You need to wash your car. You need to get to work early. You need to help Zach find a girlfriend. And those things would be good for me and good for you. So God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless.